Story 1. I'm not concerned about any particular piece as long as the overall mood set by the musical program is truly downbeat and melancholy. People must feel genuinely sad and miserable. After all, I'm gone, and those attending need to experience that loss intensely and profoundly. If my mourners aren't leaving my service with newfound sadness, then my funeral director hasn't earned his fee. Story 2. I don't care what else people want to hear, but I want taps played. I am a veteran and have earned that honor. Story 3. There won't be anyone left to give me a funeral, so it will likely be whatever is on the backhoe operator's playlist. Story 4. Does anyone else feel strange about mainstream songs that really shouldn't have been played on the radio constantly? I remember hearing If I Died Young when I was 7 years old. Waiting for the school bus at 7 a.m. felt so unnecessary. Story 5. I want my teary-eyed, remorseful ex-wife to sing You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me by Gladys Knight. Story 6. I don't really want people to be sad at my funeral. In fact, if I had my way, which I won't since I'll be dead, I'd allocate a significant portion of my estate and life insurance to host a magnificent party for anyone aged 21 and over who ever heard of me, whether they liked me or not. There would be an open bar, good food, and loud, raucous music, perhaps a karaoke bar for singing rowdy songs. Maybe there will be a man in a cloak blowing a horn on the bridge, and a Viking ship burning in the harbor, or maybe just a floating barbecue, whatever they can get a permit for. However, if I were to have one sad song played, it would be Edvard Grieg Funeral March for Richard Nordreck. Grieg wrote this for his friend who died young. Later, at Grieg's own funeral, it was played by an orchestra. Thousands attended. Norway loved Grieg. There wasn't a dry eye in earshot. This is one of my favorite pieces of music from any era or genre, and this is the best performance I can recall ever hearing. Why? Timing. It's a funeral march. Wait for it. Wait for the next pallbearer's footfall, the next breath, and the next tear. And when the last section looms, take your time. Hold your head high. Take a deep breath, and let the last sob echo into eternity. Yes, Grieg did this one right. Now I need a tissue. Story 7. Songs to be played in order. Who Wants to Live Forever by Queen during the procession. Money by Pink Floyd during the offertory. A hard rock version of On Eagle's Wings during communion. Another One Bites the Dust by Queen during the recessional. Depending on how I feel before I die, when the casket is lowered into the crowd, either Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin or Highway to Hell by AC/DC. Story 8. Walking in the Wind, One Direction. Goodbyes are bittersweet, but it's not the end. I'll see your face again. Story 9. Come by Adrienne Lenker or any Radiohead song. Funerals are meant to be sad, so I might as well contribute to the sadness. Story 10. For Good from Wicked for the memorial part. Then always look on the bright side of life at the end. Story 11. Serious. Country Roads, John Denver. If it was just me and my best friend. The start of Not Like Us where it goes Pust I See Dead People. Story 12. Three Dog Night, Shambhala and Chumbawamba. Tub thumping. Not a funeral, just a wake where my family can toast and roast me. Then on to Valhalla. Story 13. For my father. For me. Story 14. I want to play a really upbeat song at my funeral. Not to make the situation less sad, but just to be funny. Then, I will reveal that I faked my death and that not everything is as it seems. Story 15. I have a list for the after party and this for the service. While everyone is entering, Dance Me to the End of Love by Leonard Cohen. During the photo slideshow, Thou Shalt Not Steal by Kev Carmody. Please ask everyone to listen to the words. Imagine by John Lennon. While everyone is leaving, Pata Pata by Miriam Makeba. Dancing to be encouraged. Story 16. My daughter is reminded of this at least twice a year. I need to get a will drawn up that states it. I don't want people crying and being sad. I'd rather they wait until the sadness passes, then have a party and play my favorite songs. Story 17. Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel. I was feeling part of the scenery. I walked right out of the machinery. My heart was going boom, Boom, boom. He said, grab your things. I've come to take you home. Story 18, Bodies by Drowning Pool. As soon as the beat drops, the firing squad I hired posthumously in my will does its thing. Story 19. I have a few because one doesn't do me justice. The stage, Avenged Sevenfold, the song my wife and I walked out to on our wedding, which is fitting. We started our life with that song, so I'm going with that song. Goodbye to Romance, Ozzy Osbourne. Mama, I'm coming home, Ozzy Osbourne. Back on Earth, Ozzy Osbourne. No More Tears, Ozzy Osbourne. Highway to Hell, AC/DC. Tears in Heaven, Eric Clapton. Layla, Eric Clapton. Acoustic version. Thank You, Led Zeppelin. Over the Hills and Far Away, Led Zeppelin. Achilles' Last Stand, Led Zeppelin. Behind Blue Eyes, The Who. Pure and Easy, The Who. 39 Queen. The Sparrow, Mastodon. Riviera Paradise, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Orion, Metallica. D. Randy Rhoads. Cease to Exist, Stellation, a band I used to play in and a song I played rhythm guitar on. Desert River Highway, my song. Burden of the Night, my composition. J&T, my classical guitar song I wrote for my wife, sister, and mom. It's their first initials. Story 20. I want a mashup of Highway to Hell and Stairway to Heaven, similar to musical chairs to see where it stops. Story 21. As my coffin is being taken away for cremation, I want Ring of Fire. Just for the line, it burns, burns, burns. Story 22. I don't want a funeral, so I don't care about it. Funerals are for the living, so I want anything that anyone special to me feels is right. It won't matter to me what is chosen, whether I am aware it is happening or not. So I guess surprise me. Story 23. I have a Spotify playlist. When I Get Where I'm Going by Brad Paisley. Go Rest High on That Mountain by Vince Gill. Morning Has Broken by Cat Stevens. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Let It Be by The Beatles. Story 24. Chopin's Nocturne in C-sharp minor for violin with piano accompaniment and Valse Sentimental by Tchaikovsky. Story 25. I would like to mention Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum, 1969. However, it is more likely to be referred to as the Dickhead Song by Miles Betterman. Story 26. Serious Answer. Funeral Ecos by John Tavener. I was raised in Christianity but left the faith. Still, this song brings me to tears every time I hear it, and I cannot express how it makes me contemplate the meaning of death to those who are alive. Story 27. The Luckiest by Ben Folds and The Garden by Rush have great lyrics. To me, these two songs capture the vibe the best. Story 28. Desperado by Linda Ronstadt, followed by The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, As My Coffin Goes Behind the Curtain. Story 29. I have had a very difficult life filled with tragedy and trauma that I have utilized to make people laugh and spread joy to those around me. Naturally, I want to send in the clowns. Story 30. There are many options to choose from, but honestly, Superman is Dead by Puya would be my number one. My longtime partner would definitely veto anyone who tried to contest it, as I have been singing and rapping it daily for years. Story 31. Cotton Eye Joe is really slow and creepy. Someone will throw out a bouquet of flowers to see who is next, like at weddings, you know? Story 32. Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. All the best Minecraft songs from both volumes. Maybe some music from Undertale. Baby Blue by Badfinger. Perhaps a couple of other songs as well. Story 33. Blissful Death. Story 34. I have a whole playlist that I have given to a good friend. It's not for a funeral, just a party to be had, with shots of whiskey for everyone. Chris Stapleton, Friendship. DJ Deese, Walk on the Wild Side. Honey Honey, Don't Know How. Gregory Alan Isikoff, Unwritable Girl. Trent Dabbs, Goes Without Saying. Trent Dabbs, Here on Earth. Telepop Music, Don't Look Back. 10,000 Maniacs, These Are Days. The Heavy, Our Special Place. The Pogues, Love You Till the End, 2006 remastered version. Flogging Molly, If I Ever Leave This World Alive live. Hosier, Almost, Sweet Music. Zac Brown Band, No Hurry. Natalie Merchant, When they ring them golden bells / Ophelia reprise, with hidden track Ophelia reprise, Rhiannon Giddens Shake Sugary, Howard Shore Days of the Ring, featuring Annie Lennox performing Into the West, The National Weird Goodbyes, featuring Bon Iver, The Doors The End, Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart People Get Ready, Crash Test Dummies at My Funeral, The Ghost of Paul Revere This Is the End, The Ozark Mountain Daredevils Watermill, I Will Keep Adding, Story 35, Highway to Hell, and I will provide specific instructions to the DJ to make an announcement and act as if it were an accident. Story 36, I Don't Want a Funeral. Just burn my body and spread the ashes in my favorite field, where I first had a meaningful experience. Story 37, this hardcore song is about gladiators. Story 38, Claire de Lune by Debussy absolutely must be played on the harp. It is the most beautiful and sublime piece of music I have ever heard. Story 39, Metallica's Wherever I May Roam contains the line Under Wandering Stars I've Grown, by myself but not alone, which resonates with me in ways that I cannot explain. Story 40, For Good, from Wicked. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. We are led to those who help us grow if we let them, and we help them in return. I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I am who I am today because I knew you. There won't be a dry eye in the place. Story 41. We played Roxgang's Red Rose at the end of my uncle's funeral and started the repast with Danzig's Mother. It was intense. Story 42. I have a selection picked out. 1. Hallelujah by Bon Jovi or KD. None. 2. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. 3. Battle Hymn of the Republic. 4. When Johnny Comes Marching Home. 5. Desperado by Clint Black. 6. Much Too Young to Feel This Old by Garth Brooks. 7. Marine Corps Hymn. Keep Me in Your Heart for a While by Warren Zevon. Story 43. My List. Mayhem Death Crush. Mayhem, Chains auf Gutsfuck, Live in Leipzig. Mayhem Live Eternal. Venom Heavens on Fire. Story 44. Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver was played at a funeral for a family friend of mine who passed away over a year ago. That song holds a special place in my heart. Story 45. Highway to Hell. Actually, I'm not having a funeral. I will be cremated, and my ashes will be spread by my stepson. There will be no final party for me, because there would have to be time for a rebuttal after the eulogy. Story 46. He Layeth on High. This one is somber, so it is all right to cry. It is about a big baby duck who gets his head stuck in a stewed tomato. So hold on to your hats. Story 47. Warsaw Speed Wolf by Wolf Brigade. Circle of Death Indeed. Story 48. Wichita Lineman. A song about love, both for his work and for the person he left at home. I have found that love, and I hope I can find work even half as meaningful before I pass. Story 49. Shiny Disco Balls Mix by Who Da Funk. I want everyone to party so hard that it's like the hangover level of what happened. Story 50. The same song played at both my grandfather's and will inevitably be played at my dad's is My Way by Frank Sinatra. Story 51. I do not want a funeral. If someone wants to remember me, they can choose whichever song inspires them in that moment. Or better yet, no music at all. There is a richness to silence and quietness. Story 52. Amazing Grace played on bagpipes by a large Scottish man as I am lowered into a torpedo launcher. Story 53. I am not having one. I am leaving myself to medical science, and my loved ones can get together for a nice meal and drink. I shall put money aside for that. Story 54. Back when I was suicidal, I made a whole list of songs on my phone's notepad. I'm sure I still have it. I should probably update it. Story 55. Tori Amos cover of Tom Waits' Time, and Coming Back from the Cemetery, Hot 8 Brass Bands, Sexual Healing. Story 56. From the soundtrack of The Fellowship of the Ring, the third song Bag End features Gandalf singing, The road goes ever on and on. The piece is cheerful in tone, but it also includes some more dramatic sections. Story 57. Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds or A Modern Choice. A War on Everything by the Glorious Sons. Story 58. And It's Still Alright, Nathaniel Rateliff. Something Good Coming, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This Old House Madrugada. Old Man and the Land, Railroad Earth. Find the River, REM. River, Leon Bridges. Learning to Fly, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers featuring Stevie Nicks. Mayonnaise, Smashing Pumpkins. No Rain, Blindmelon. Endless, Nameless, Nirvana. Story 59. I Keep Telling My Wife That I Won't Put a Keg on My Coffin by Chris Trapper. I prefer something more upbeat and optimistic rather than something miserable. I won't lie. I might also choose Grieg's Funeral March because it is epic. Additionally, if my mom outlives me, I want to include Concerning Hobbits from the Lord of the Rings soundtrack as an inside joke. Story 60. It's a Beautiful Day. Don't Let It Get Away. Story 61. That One Terminator 2 theme. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dee dun and so on. Story 62. For a Dancer, Jackson Brown. And I Lived One Republic. Story 63. Claire de Lune by Debussy and Rocketman by Elton John. It breaks my heart every time I hear it. My imagination overwhelms me. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.